I'd say a memorable challenge that I experienced during the starting phase was probably not paying for certain services that would have alleviated certain pain points that I had. I was broke, and so if I could cut a corner here or there and save that money, I did it. But in the long run, I realized that I spent a lot of time paying in time and money for those things that I could have just paid financially early on a little bit more, and that problem wouldn't have existed.
When I started the business, I thought I could do it all by myself. So I think that was one significant challenge during that time. And I think as entrepreneurs, we're like, trying to make it work without a lot of cash often. We're also trying to make it work without a lot of time sometimes, depending on the situation. And so that was one thing that I did learn over time, though, is that I cannot do this by myself. And that was a really liberating and great thing to learn because once we started bringing in team members and advisors, it just was a whole different company. We went from being me running a business to Asheville Tea Company being a company, and it was such a wonderful transition.
One of the things that we experienced just getting started right out of the chute is it's awful easy to fall in love with the product that you've created. I mean, it's an awesome thing to develop something that never existed before and to have your new fancy logo on it and everything else. But I would say don't do that, because that's you, but you have to make sure that the rest of the world would see it the same way. And if you're clouded by your own love for your product, it's really hard to see what other people are thinking. So I definitely did this in the beginning, and you talk about something like it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and other people were looking at you like you had 3 heads or something like that. So get feedback, do focus groups, do whatever it would take to make sure that others have as much enthusiasm for what you've developed as you do.
One of the challenges in the early stages of my business was implementing and sticking to all of our policies for our clients. We have like a cancellation policy, and we use a pet sitting portal, which is like a third-party software to communicate and do scheduling. And getting people from texting me to using our system was really challenging, and also like it was kind of difficult emotionally to keep up with those policies and like make sure that everyone followed them, and try to disconnect from like how they felt about them, because it was sort of a change for them. And so it could be difficult at times. Little small things would come up that would take a lot of time and a lot of energy in the beginning, but it was definitely paid off in the end. Now I don't really have to worry about a lot of the small things.
In the starting phase, when the business was first getting off the ground, one of the things that I did a lot of was reaching out to the community. So I joined every single networking group in the area that I possibly could. And so I was everywhere at once, at least 3 or 4 days a week at some kind of event in order to meet people. But that was one of the mistakes I made, was to get involved with too much over too long a period of time. Although some of that, all of the relationships, and that's really what it was, is meeting everyone. Through those relationships, people remember you. And if it was a good experience, they will remember you in the future. So now most of the clients that I get, in fact, almost all of them, are completely referral from people who've had a good experience with our firm, which inevitably that's the same for everyone. They like your product, they're going to buy your product. And so, it wasn't a terrible mistake that I made, but it was one that I learned from during the very beginning of networking.
So one of my biggest challenges in the early days of our startup was having the awareness that I really needed to dial into the numbers and what the whole financial model of this looked like. And I really, really, really resisted that one. And I really, really, really got lucky that I got my business to a point where it was stable and successful before I dove into it. And if I could change any one thing, I would have started my pursuit of being a numbers master far, far earlier. So just don't let that one go. Make sure you understand the books.